Suppressed roars are about to break their shackles. On the stage, the paths of the knights cross. Below the stage, the city lingers on the brink. Soon, the paths will converge. The first match of the Kashmir's Major starts today! It was going so smoothly, but suddenly, from the slaughter came the Radiant Knight, and there went all our plans. Even though I've always heard Nearl talk about her homeland, I never expected the heart of Kashmir to be like this. I never realized it before, the sheer number of infected living in the Grand Knight territory. Margaret? Margaret gazes wordlessly at the skyscrapers in the distance. It would seem that you're nothing as well. I guess that makes us two peas in the same sickly pod. The chamber wishes you victory. And yet... a candle to the radiant. What chance do I have of winning? I've already given up on becoming a competition knight. It just doesn't suit me. What's the matter, infected? Spent at the last moment? You mockeries of... Hold on. Is he... dead? Are you alright? Not exactly. He shouldn't have died in this indignity. It goes against the founding intent of our nightclub, but I can't get over it. Kashmir's frailty spits on the Kagan accomplishments. Someone must set such conduct straight. Mad? Yes. The people who choose to live in the Kashmir of now often tell me so. Which is why we are no longer brethren. The next we meet will be on the field. Yes. I look forward to the day. A final word of advice, Madam Radiant Knight. The storm is nearing. The trails will be especially radiant in the starry sky, these coming days of ours. Alright, hello, welcome in, stargazers! How is everybody doing? Hello. Yeah, that was a little bit of a test. That was a little bit of a test, trying something new, seeing what happens. Trying a lot regarding the technology behind that to make it work, but hey! What did you think? Also, hello, welcome in! Hello, Janu. Hello, Silence. Hello, Weston Fox. Hello, Viviana. Hello, Stockler. Hello, KLMX. Hello, Arknight. Hello, Kisakai. Hello, Zangetsu. Welcome in. Hello, Aratane. Hello, Weston Fox. Revolutionary intro. Really good idea. It's really fancy. Alright. Do more tests like that. I think what I might try doing... Yes, thank you for the pin, I appreciate it. I'm still not sure, like, the best way to go about it, but I think it's a lot nicer than, like, a basic, starting soon screen that we've been using, right? You know, for side channel, I'll still use that. Actually, I've been wanting to make, like, a nicer starting soon screen with more going on, but that'll take a while. But yeah, I wanted to experiment doing recap stuff. What if you had a curtain too? Like, oh my god. Zangetsu. I see what you're doing. Oh, this is not, hang on. This is not working? There we go. There's our background. I just realized the background was not going through. Is it good? Can we hear the BGM more or less? I really like the recap idea. It's it does take some time, but, you know, considering that our streams are Tuesdays and Saturdays, I think I can pull it off. I think I can pull it off. Don't know if it's always gonna be at that level, but I think it's an interesting thing. It's different, right? I can always have a generic one if I don't have one, but you know what? As long as I'm already making the video, right? A mini Tragonia to pull the curtain open. Honestly, having like a little 10-second something before a video is probably helpful too. I don't know, we can keep evolving it. We can keep figuring it out, adding new ideas, adjusting things based on what you guys think, based on feedback. But I wanted to try it. I wanted to see how it went. I think I'm gonna have to... Oh no, I think the desktop thing's fine. I think that was something else. Cool idea, caught me off guard. Well, I did, like, I did ping for the video itself. I think I don't know, I'm gonna try to figure out how to do it. What I might do is, like, have it on stream and then have it, like, being uploaded to YouTube. I don't know yet. Super Debra, hello, hello, and Shadow Okami, hello, hello, welcome in, welcome in. We will figure it out, but yeah, if you have, like, different ideas or, like, tweaks or stuff, like, feel free to say in Starlight Chat, because it's a brand new idea that we are just now trying. Also, hello, Vessa. Meow meow. You were finally on time despite everything. Take that, daylight savings. Hopefully, daylight savings won't be too much of an issue soonish. I think we're all gonna catch up soon. But yeah, we will see how it goes. I always want to be like slightly improving things, little tweaks here and there. So yeah. Lilith, no worries, Lilith. Hello, welcome in, welcome in. In Europe, it ends this weekend. That is good. That is good to hear. Hopefully we won't have any more confusion going forward. To resist this week and then it'll all come back to normal. I'm happy it returned to 1 AM. I'm sorry, Arknight. I'm so sorry about the time zones. I'm so sorry about the... I'm so sorry that it's so late for you. Bite the daylight savings time. Not really possible, but... Alright. Whew. You guys are so strange. Also, why is this channel so much quicker than the other one when it's using the exact same formula? Why is that? Oh, wait, no, I take it back. This is... No, it's the exact same, isn't it? This is using... I don't know. Maybe it's Stream Elements versus StreamerBot, but I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. You got some Near story this time? Hello! Welcome in, welcome in! Yeah. This one's higher budget? There you go. Alright. Let's get started, shall we? Let's get started, shall we? My opinions on immortality? I do not have the time to go into that. Ask Tragonia! Alright. Let's jump in here. We'll pause this, jump here. There we go. Alright. We continue onward. No, I would prefer you to ask Tragonia, please. I think that's a much safer bet. Alright. Let's see where this is taking us. Alright. And I need to still change the course number still. Alright. Yes! Wait, that is another thing! I do have one more surprise for you, because I got a little bit confused. But, I still think that this is worth showing off real quick. Got a little bit confused, but it is all good. Alright? Oh? Your horse is evolving. There we go. Much better. Much better, huh? Much better. All right. Shiny haunts. Alrighty. She's radiating indeed. Let's go. Okay. The person who prepares to climb great mountains and the person who prepares to hunt great beasts may have completely different mental states, but their willingness to face down the unknown is one and the same. Alright. Stream night, alright. Voice Knights, no, I have not gotten past Act 1. I am letting you know that right now. I am doing I've gone through Act 1, and then I'm going through some larger side stories, and eventually we will get to Act 2. I am very new, so it is nice to have you here. Hello. All right, let's go. I've been hearing you reported Ulmer Ingra to the National Council. True. If a fatality during the Major isn't enough to warrant punishment, then what does the law even... We're all well aware of how the National Council operates, Malkovich, my man. You had to deal plenty enough with them in your entrepreneurial life, didn't you? Don't spend too long at a loss. You have a trip to the infected intake treatment zone in a short while. You need to make the Knights Association and a few healthcare firms see eye to eye. Think on the bright side. This work is saving lives in and of itself, isn't it? Don't get too worn out. You'll grind yourself to dust at this rate. If you'll excuse me, I'm off to a meeting. Hello, Malkovich speaking. Spokesman Malkovich, I hope you're having a good day. I'm a Deputy Justice of the National Council. Your suit has reached us, Spokesman. How do you plan to proceed? It is the obligation of a spokesperson to report those knights out of line with the regulations of the General Chamber. As such, we will prioritize our considerations, your complaints against the Brass Rust Knight. However, matters with said Knight Ulmer Ingra are somewhat complex. You should be aware it was not long ago that Ingra's application for bail was given fresh approval by the National Council. To try him again now could have adverse implications for the National Council's authority. We consider, of course, that the spokesman's demand equates to the Board of Directors' demand. Such as is the only interpretation we can make, we would not refuse you. Which is why we're having this call, I understand. What are the National Council's conditions? Oh, conditions? Please, not in those terms. I hope you understand this to be a perfunctory business call. Mr. Charney suffered banishment external to proceedings. That was beyond many expectations. Even we do not consider Mr. Charney's mistake to be so irredeemable. But regardless, the past is the past. Charney has left the Grand Knight territory and been deprived of his place as a spokesman. But because of the abruptness of this banishment, we have not been able to appropriately handle the aftermath, with regards to all parties. The Rose Paper Union is a patron of brass rust. That is Mr. Charney's personal handiwork. He is privy to too much. Mr. Malkovich, do you understand? I hear my own heart thumping. I don't understand. If you can ensure Mr. Charney never again will be an issue for us, then we will be sure to punish brass rust with the full force of the law. I've never imagined something like this would be happening to me. No, actually, I have. I just never thought it would be my decision. So, you mean I should... I understand the Major has your hands full. It need not be straight away. You need only agree that you will have Mr. Charney disappear in a respectable manner, and I will leave at once to make the arrangements. Of course, in the wake of Mr. Charney's disappearance, we may also come to establish a deep bond of reliance. I'm sorry. I'm afraid I can't give you an answer right now. That is very regrettable. We hope you will make your mind up as soon as possible. Sir Brassrust Knight's suspension is by no standards a long one. We welcome your call any time, Mr. Malkovich. May you have a wonderful day. Mr. Malkovich, are you there? Come in. Mr. Malkovich, I'm sorry to disturb you. To tell the truth, I haven't been sleeping well lately. I got the notice I'd be emceeing a whole bunch of the Major's events, and I'm honored, but... Can I ask if I've been getting any complaints recently? I heard some people aren't happy with how I perform now, saying they like the old style better. I think we'll be hard-pressed to get a direct answer from the board. Sorry, Mob. Just proceed with caution. There's a huge bonus on the line once I'm done commentating for the Major, right? So long as you don't slip up. Say, what kind of place is your hometown? The City of Artisans? Ha! Who's asking these days? It's a little old place. Used to be pretty famous, but now it's just a tired, backward city. That's why I came to the Grand Knight territory. Needed another way to make my life happen. You get me, right? I'll help you as much as I can to get your word out, Mr. Mob. You've worked very hard. They won't trouble you. They wouldn't. Doctor? What are you looking at? Statement from the KGCC. The KGCC. Their pamphlets really do dampen your day. If you're finding it dull, Doctor, I could accompany you on a stroll about. So long as I'm with you, even a little trip to the commercial districts won't fall out of line. Of course, if you're more inclined to stay in here, I won't meddle. By the way, Doctor, you have a meeting in a bit with a spokesman from the General Chamber of Commerce. Spokesman? Spokespeople for the KGCC are the cream of the crop from all walks of life, chosen by the board, each with their own duty, handling all sorts of affairs, large and small, for the Major. They're not the highest tier of authority, but they're channels to it. Seeing how a chamber mouthpiece has asked to meet you by name, I'd like you to be a little careful. Come what may, I will be responsible for your safety throughout your stay in Kashmir. I'll be as close as your shadow. Uh-oh, what's that look on your face for now? Do you still not trust me? I can't help but feel a little hurt. But relax. So long as I'm by your side, you'll be perfectly safe. If you have doubts about my loyalty, If I do anything that worries you, then Rhodes Island can punish me however you want. Any way you want. Excuse me, is this the room where Starlight from Rhodes Island is staying? Ah, Madam Knight, who might you be? Fourth Order Knight, Gravel, serving as a security consultant for the Doctor and other Rhodes Islanders, for as long as they stay in Kashmir. I've been appointed by the Adeptus Spraviad Levi, Mr. Spokesman. Please don't mind me, and continue with your work. Take a seat, Starlight. And as for you, Miss Gravel, if your post allows for it, by all means, relax as well. I'd rather stand and keep a nice firm grip on the situation. Okay. You're here representing Rhodes Island? Yes, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. I'm Spokesman Malkovich of the General Chamber of Commerce. Just Malkovich is fine. I've been over my information about Rhodes Island Pharmaceuticals. I don't have any relevant background in it, but keeping up the fight against neuropathy, it can't be easy. We're very much thankful for the contributions you're making to the Kashmir Major's project. Have you looked over the terms yet? Rhodes Island will be acting as a collaborating firm, standing as a unit of the medical group, forming the Kashmir Alliance Medical Organization for the treatment of infected. The organization is under direct purview of the Adeptus Spraviad Levi. Of course, the Knights Association and our own people will make every effort to cooperate with your work as well. The Adeptus, the Knights Association, and you. That's right. In the Grand Knight territory, you can't avoid dealing with multiple fronts of power. I believe you'll get used to it. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to speak up. It's my duty to give answers to our foreign guests, Doctor. I've heard it's the KGCC we should watch out for. You seem to have misunderstood. My position is spokesman, but summarily, I represent the General Chamber of Commerce itself. The General Chamber is the organizer of the Kashmir Major, as well as an indispensable trade group to Kashmir. Actually, though the medical group is nominally the Adeptus Spraviad Levi's purview, all funding and movement of supplies is within the Chamber's control. Therefore, we must value the KGCC's intents. But are all Kashmirzians really willing to lend a hand to the infected? By all rights, I shouldn't be discussing this with you, but the infected knight system was structured by the Adeptus and the KGCC's managing director in concert, fresh in the wake of the Blood Knights' win. Oh, of course, its premise and scope revolves around competition knights. The lady over there isn't accounted for. The army has their own regulations for handling infected. Infected have a special format to go through. It's an additional step we usually call the wipeout qualifier, to prove their ability to, well, be knights. If there do happen to be promising athletes among the infected, then the General Chamber of Commerce doesn't mind cleaning up their identities for them. Have you seen the papers recently? Even now, quite a few are still opposed to this whole thing. But at least the infected don't need to die in misery. In my mind, that's already a big improvement. Regarding all of you at Rhodes Island, the Adeptus Spraviad Levi considers you to be an agency with ample experience in dealing with the infected. This is why we'd like you to take charge of physical examinations on the infected knights and formulate treatment plans over the Major. Treatment plans, huh? Can you give me an idea of the scale of this issue? Scale? The infected knight total less than 7% of all competing, though that's only the count of infected knights legally registered with the Knights Association. If you count everyone, the knight candidates, trainees, and the infected who were forced to give their nobility under a different identity, It's a number worth worrying about, and that's another reason why we're here, discussing this. It seems there's been bad rumors around lately. You can guess how many Kashmirsians are prejudiced against the infected. I'll be open with you. The original intent of the Alliance Medical Organization was to appease the populace by way of systematically treating and administering to the infected knights. My wording might have struck you as distasteful, but they're ill after all, and we can't ignore that objective, discrepancy. Sorry to put it that way. Of course, if there's anything at all we can help with, you only need ask. At the least, I hope every good knight can go out with a happy ending. Can you tell me about what goes on with the KGCC? Sorry, I have some business to attend to. If I get the chance, I'd be happy to have dinner with you. But, what part of it did you want to know about? It's a business entity representing a country. I have a lot of questions. Sorry I'm late. Margaret! What happened? What was all that talk of you getting carried off by the Candle Knight? What did that woman tell you? Did she threaten you? Was the General Chamber of Commerce... Calm down, Zofia. We were just dodging reporters, that's all. Really? The Candle Knight Droste, eh? Always been an enigma, she has. But she's probably in the top 3 knights of Kashmir, based on popularity alone. The turnover on her birthday each year would be enough to build a whole fort. What sort of knight is she? Why are you so like Maria? Listen, you need to pay a little more attention to the rivals around you. You're here for me, aren't you? Sweet-talking me won't get you anywhere. She's an astronomical rising star. People even call her the Second Black Knight. She comes from Lithuanian and has a terrifying talent for arts, an aristocratic upbringing, fine looks, and a meteoric fame for her accomplishments. With all that, plus her opaque background adding to the scent of mystery around her, practically overnight, the Candle Knight became one of Kashmir's household names and a grand knight. The media is still digging into how she leads her private life. But she's by no means just for show. She's very young and very fierce. I met plenty of supremely talented casters during my roaming days. Victorians, Lithuanians, and infected. Even the most outstanding caster in the world would find it hard to challenge the qualities she exudes. She may not be a soldier, but I won't underestimate her. The Black Knight's a very unusual case of Lithuanian. She was no good even at the slightest bit of arts. It's as though she was born to be martial. That age has come and gone, but I don't think anyone could forget the sheer impression she left, brandishing her massive armaments about. And the Candle Knight, on the flip end of the spectrum, she's practically a model Lithuanian knight. We don't know what the core of her arts is exactly, but the word candle is absolutely reflective of her equipment's form and her fighting style. Margaret, is she your next opponent? In 2 days, it'll be a bitter fight, and we don't have long to prepare. Where's Maria? She's at home resting. Are you smiling? Am I? I predicted you would refuse, Miss Droste. But the General Chamber wants no more of the Radiant Knight winning left and right like this. We must ensure, at least, that she falls to the loser's bracket. Strange. Wouldn't it have been easier if you didn't give amnesty to the Radiant Knight to begin with? Well, that's... The General Chamber of Commerce is never fastened as one. Please, you must not say anything of the sort. Not where you might be heard. The board of directors is sure to have internal disputes. There's no doubt of that. But if a knight like you were to express such opinions, I'd worried it'd impact your status.
My apologies. You must have it just as hard, McKee.
Yes, thank you for your concern. In short, I'll be working to mediate for you, even if you aren't willing to use any special tricks against the Radiant Knight. But I'd like for you to understand, though you've refused the board of directors' proposal, they will adopt other methods. The situation may, perhaps, evolve towards some extreme.
The Armorless Union, you mean? If possible, I'd like for you to prevent such circumstances from taking hold.
Mistrust, that's far beyond me to promise.
Come to speak of it, is the board of directors so untrusting in my power? As a knight, that really does give me mixed feelings.
No, that's absolutely not the case, I assure you. The Grand Knights at the forefront of the Major all, without a doubt, have the power to rival the Apex Knights of any country. But opposingly, once you step into this domain, once you hear the so-called limit, the gaps shrink in size.
The uncertain elements will only grow, isn't that so?
Yes.
I have no intent of putting you in a predicament. I know how the board of directors thinks. You can go now. I'll look into this, Radiant Knight.
Good. I'll leave the competition tapes and personal files you need here then. The Radiant Knight seems to have changed vastly since her banishment. I need to warn you of that.
Yes, hence why I wanted to meet her. Margaret Nearl. Margaret Nearl. Despises the knight tournament industry, granddaughter of a war hero, the Nearl family's Pegasus, yet a high-profile champion of the Major, too. Said to be noble, yet she gives off the air of a campaign knight. Has she seen war and death for herself? No, she must have. Then has she transcended death before? Has she truly dreamed of casting off the fetters and chains? Or has she already stridden over a whole new boundary? Margaret, how much she seems like a true knight.
Alright. Oh boy, alright. I have to get back into the swing of things here. There's not a lot to work with. That's not helpful. I guess gravel would make the most sense here, right? Just to get going.
Your shadow.
That would make the most sense. Do we get the side areas or no? I guess we don't. Let's see. Yes, we do. Okay, in that case, let me think. Let's get Lapland here. That can give us a lot more to work with. Eventually here, we can get Kanta. We can probably... Wait, do we have to keep her there? Oh no, we probably have to wait for it to load, right? Alright, at least we've got a sniper position now. We can get going with DP, that's good. Let me think. We could get... Actually, yeah, that would work, because that's just a good chain. A good chain of DP here. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything really obvious, like a second blue box or something, right? Alright, that's good. Let's see. Let's have Reed here. And then we can cover healing on both sides. I don't know if there is going to be snipers of any sort, so I think after we should probably get silence here just in case. Just so that Reed is okay if she's not hitting anything. Let me think. Alright, are we almost good here so that we can retreat? Yes. Okay. Let's keep this going, and then we can retreat gravel. I don't know if that's how it works, but I'm just assuming. Yeah, okay. Yep.
Like a shooting star.
That's definitely how it works. Noted. Alright. Let's get Let's get Firewatch to help here.
Searching for enemies.
Nova Nightclub Trainee. After charging for some time, deals arts damage to all units surrounding the target. While charging, loses invisibility. Oh, okay. Deals arts damage to all units surrounding the target. Where are... Oh! Oh, you have candles. Oh, that's scary. You have candles. That's actually really scary. What? Okay, so that is a learned trait. Noted. Alright. I think we... Let's have Blemmy working here, and then I think we should be okay. I'm kind of nervous about how this is going to... That's not going to be good. Alright, I don't like that we can't reach you. We still can't reach you. That is a lot of damage. Oh my gosh, please. Alright. Wait. Firewatch won't be able to see either, right? Okay, this is why we have silence, at least. This is why we have silence. Alright, please make sure that we are on the right. There we go. Alright, let's go, Firewatch. Okay, really? Fine, pick the completely wrong target. Alright. Alright, thank you, Blemmy. Thank you, Blemmy. Thank you for your help. Please stop charging. We can at least end this soon, right? Yes, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. There's another one. There's another one. All right, Firewatch, you have another chance.
Don't worry, feels bad to lose your target, doesn't it?
All right. I think we should be okay for the most part. We've got healers on either side. We should be all right. Firewatch, can you at least, like, you're not gonna charge in time for this.
I'm here for you.
It's okay. All right. It's okay. We're still okay. It's still early enough. All right, Firewatch, there's only 2 options here. Let's go. Finish them off.
Firing.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm here for you.
Thank you. And Blemmy, you can finish this. Thank you. Topple the chamber! Topple the nobles! Death to Omar Ingra! Topple the chamber! Topple the nobles! Death to Omar Ingra! Wrath is spreading between us. I get it, but... Wrath, we're all used to that state of mind. But it makes a person short-sighted. We've already suffered for it. Heh, keeping a clear head sure ain't my style. You don't need to keep it, just charge ahead with it, that's all. I can roll with that. Sure, I'll leave the complicated stuff to you guys. And the fights, you leave to me. I've been holding this in forever, Sona. I know. Before Shevchik and Ashley come back, we need to find people who were there. Reporters' work, heck, eyewitnesses' work. The more the better. The Great Kavalerielki separation. External reports said that it was an industrial accident caused by damage from Lithuanian extremists to shatter the smooth running of the major. No city comes that week. More than likely, it was everyone dragging each other down. But what's clear is the whole shakeup showed people just where Kavalerielki, the city of greatness, was rotting through. Never mind me. You're sort of a famous knight too, aren't you? Won't strutting around like this get you recognized? Who'd care about a nobody like me while the major's on? Why are you the one going with me? I thought it'd be that sniper. She's a better fit with this sort of thing. Justina? She's more liable to get exposed than I am, actually. Not to mention, she's already the one who dared to rescue you. No need to keep dangerous elements together, and you're both bow knights. If you did get attacked in the streets, it'd be tough to handle. Isn't that nice? No. You just wanted to keep an eye on me, didn't you? A knight noble wouldn't make peace with the infected, even if he clashed with the armorless. Do you really think I'd let my guard down around you? Rubbish. I worry I'll get infected, and I worry my family will. What's wrong with that? Don't think you're my lone disbeliever, Ashlock Knight.
Really? Then now seems like your best chance to escape, Plastic Knight. So long as...
You shut up, you petulant brat! I didn't come to play Rise of the Weak with you. I don't give a damn about your demands or whether you need your trust in each other to live. I only came to hunt those audacious bastards down. I guarantee the Armorless will give me hell, and they'll put my family through worse doing it, so I'm making the first damn move. That's why I'm here now. My wife, my child, and no one else. Believe me, I don't have the slightest concern for your ridiculous cause. Don't get so full of yourself, infected. You think the only thing that makes up this city is your enemies and your friends? What a model victim complex. Let me tell you, in Kashmir, in this society of ours, the majority are not concerned with you at all. It's quiet around here. This is the General Chamber's ground floor. Only nomadic city engineers and maintenance crew are allowed in the structuring below us. We'll have to stop here. Relax. No need to be so cautious. No cameras here.
But can you guarantee there's no Armorless?
Hilarious. The Armorless wouldn't choose a public venue, especially not a hub of the elite like this, to start killing. It'd give the Adeptus Spravedlivi too much of a hold on them. That's where they draw the line, and we're going to toe that line for all it's worth. Realistically, how many knights does Kashmir have? They've got nothing but ID-type fodder to judge who's who. It's child's play in disguise.
So what is your family going to do?
Aside from my missing wife and child, they've been sent out of Cavalier already.
The Armorless Union has its informants far beyond where Cavalier ends.
I know that. Maybe if I get another chance, I'll cut back on the recklessness. At least until my child grows up and can take care of himself. But the KGCC don't sell remedies for regret. This is where we are infected, so we better put the complaining to rest.
Damn it. The supermarkets and restaurants are all shut. Why did they set a meeting for this time?
If I revise the draft early morning, maybe they won't chew me out so hard in editing. Huh?
Sorry to bother you. You must be pretty beat after a long day of work, huh, Mr. Reporter?
A knight? Where did you come from?
Easy now, sir. Want a sandwich?
Huh?
Come on, I'm asking you because you look like someone dragged you through a car wash.
Please leave immediately, or I'll sound the alarm! Even if you are a knight, this is...
Your phone lines are cut. Here's the deal. Both your neighbors are out far away, and right now, my partners in crime are pretending to be renovation workers, carrying out rush repairs on this building's elevator and entrance.
What the hell are you trying to do? I don't have any money. I don't know anything.
Easy there. Wind it down. You make me look like I'm a robber here. There was a report on the Great Cavalier separation a few years back. You wrote that, right?
Me? With an incident that huge, every outlet in the whole country would be reporting on it. There's no way I didn't write something. But I'm just a net editor. I was still working at the Illuminator then. And by now, that whole paper's been bought out.
I know. Which is why you only need to answer a couple questions for us, and then we're gone. Sound good? We just want to get an idea of the situation. And we got you supper on the side.
Is she actually carrying a bag of sandwiches?
You had an interview in your report with a pretty unassuming janitor, who said, I thought there was an earthquake and I climbed out of the transport pipes. I was so desperate. Looking at the picture, this is the General Chamber of Commerce Tower, right? During the Great Separation, the electricals were all out, but the chamber has a standalone power source. Can you give me some details about what you saw of things?
Reporting in. Lazarite Monique. We have traces of movement from a few targets here. They've split up to investigate something. And the Karanta, Wild Mane, Ivana Kurakowska is nearby guarding the infected.
They've set up an infected community. But they're still hoping their own strength, their own violence, will protect it from falling apart? Is this how stupid knights have gotten these days?
Right. Here's their list of contacts. And some calls we've intercepted from them. They're very cunning, steering clear of wireless communication. There's a good chance these messages are all a smokescreen.
Forget anything else. They're investigating the Great Cavalierki separation.
How do you...
If your deductions are as convoluted next time, either you're dead or you're out of a job. Learn a thing or two.
Right. Please give your instructions.
With Wildmane Knight left alone, what instructions could you even need?
Sorry, I'll go give the order to surround...
If anything happens with the media or Adeptus Spravedlivi, will your heads on the chopping block even make up for it?
I can't...
Forget it. I'll go myself.
You don't need to go to the trouble!
It's not right to pull off that big of a maneuver before any official orders come from up top. Taking out an infected knight's nothing difficult, but it has to be silent. No hide nor hair. Can any of you do that?
Well...
If you get it, then zip it. And while it's zipped, drag Roy back for me. They could have picked anyone to keep a watch on the Knights Mora. Why waste a Lazarite's time on the clock? Seriously. Target confirmed. Wildmane Knight, Ivana Kurakowska. Date, weather, present state of mind. But this isn't an official assignment. I shouldn't need to record so much detail. And no need to kill too many infected. It'd be a terrible on the 1,000,000 to 1 I get infected myself. Anyway.
Wonder what that sweet smell's about. Flowers? Who's planting flowers here?
Relaxed beeping noises.
What? Who knew you could do this stuff too, Justice?
Hurried beeping noises.
Swoosh. Oozing a rubber arrow, Justice Knight knocks over the plastic water bottle beside it. Fresh water hydrating the flower pot in front of them.
Loud beeping noises.
Justice, you're amazing! Did you learn to do this yourself?
Loud beeping noises.
What? Whoa, watch out! The walls come down!
Hurried beeping noises.
No questions! Move!
Hurried beeping noises.
Couldn't confirm my position, so she immediately began vacating. Solid intuition.
But this is too slow of a pace. I'll be seeing you.
So we just come back like this? And, the Union shouldn't be randomly waltzing into the General Chamber's building, should it? Of course we can't, logically. But you can't ignore Lazarite's orders. Ugh. I didn't have a boss this annoying back when I was a merc. Won't it be a little unsafe, leaving Monique alone in the infected ghetto? Heh, you're worrying about her? What, us? Worried about a Lazarite? Well, the Lazarites are people too, and she looks pretty young. You've never seen the Lazarites get serious firsthand? You'll want to make sure to prepare yourself then. Have you heard how it goes? Platinum needs to be someone with the leadership to guide a team. the brains to plan out the big picture in the most involved operations. As for the Lazarites, they say the ones of the past, whether one or two, were all chosen because they could kill any one target in Kashmir. You're kidding, right? Any? Including all those campaign knights? Well, that's lost to history. I'm not sure if it's true or not. They say even a few campaign knight leaders were... Oh, hey! What's got you two so excited? Roy, sir! You know something? People will suspect the Armorless Union showing up publicly at the KGCC. It might be comedy to you, but you guys should take a guess. There's a reason they don't let the Union wander in and out of here. Why? It's not like that. Sir, this is a misunderstanding. Monique wanted us here to notify you. Otherwise, we would never... Why so tense? What? You scared I'm gonna eat you? As long as you understand, Monique's carrying something out in the infected ghettos, and she wanted us to inform you. Infected, huh? Alright, got it. Thanks for the notice. Now get out of here quick. It smells of sterilizer everywhere. But the coffee downstairs is pretty good. You can steal a cup before you go. See you. Hope you have fun with work. Where's the bathroom? I told you to prepare yourself. I'm lucky enough I was a merc, but most others who switch jobs to join us are in for a little roughness. Just ride it out. Am I still alive? You are. Now you get it, don't you? We shouldn't get mixed up with their work. And Monique wouldn't mess up. Yeah? Another wide shot. What's the deal? With this force, I still can't clock the position. Is the enemy messing with me? Damn it. Is this all I can do? Run? Missed. Ugh. You... Hey, miss. Don't give me that look. I just wanted to ask you about something. Am I disturbing you? If you're not up to answer, I'll go on my way. What is it? Ah, thank you. Actually, I'm looking for someone. Lazarite Monique. It's a pseudonym, of course. Heard of her, if you don't mind me asking. As it happens, I'm looking for someone too. Oh, sorry to confess, I'm fresh on the boat here. Can't say I recognize all that many heads or tails yet. That's alright. He's a plenty infamous bounty hunter. Seeing him once would be enough to remember. Who? Go on. Do tell. The Guildmaster Toland Cash. 13 counts of murder, 8 of robbery, 23 of disturbing the peace, 6 of illegal originium dealing, and to top it off, conspiracy on 1 count. Also, most importantly, he's gotten in the way of my work. Twice now. I hate people who get in the way of my work. Despise them. Well, well. Say, ever think you've gotten the wrong idea about him? All of us turn a blind eye to the bounty hunter's influence by default, but they shouldn't have organized, let alone grown large scale. That's not fair to say. With Flame Lun and Yellow Smog suddenly AWOL, poor brothers, that big of a territory without any boss, of course there's gotta be an organization. Work needs it to go smooth. Go ahead. Calls always come at the worst times, don't they? It's me. I'm working. Got it. It seems you're leaving. What an awful shame. Tell Miss Monique I said hi. Likewise, then, tell Toland this for me. Tell him that slippery little clown face of yours spoils my appetite. We really had a close shave there, Karanta. She might not catch up to me, but I'm sure she'd win the fight. Who the hell are you? I'll introduce myself again. Toland Cash, just a bounty hunter. I come in good faith. That's my real name, you know. My old daddy gave it to me before he drank himself to the other side. True story. Bounty guy, just now. That was the Armorless Union's... The Armorless Union's Lazarite. Put away any funny ideas of chasing her. You'd all be done for then. But if even the Lazarite's showing up to this party, that means I'm in the right place. You're mad off the mark if you want treasure. Only the infected, homeless, and penniless living out the days here. What are you here looking for, huh, bounty hunter? The will to rebel. I came on this informant's info, see? I heard you guys were planning something real extraordinary. I don't want you to jump the gun now. There's no traitors in your gang, and I can tell you they didn't have the loose lips to blab to me. But when the city moves forward, it sucks everyone into the wake. You can't just make believe it's only heroes and villains in the Grand Knight territory, right? I'm not Sona. I'm not all good at chewing this stuff over. But seeing how you just saved my life, I guess I can show you to someone or other. Now that's what I call life-saving. Slow beeping noises. Oh, what's this? A takeout cart? Take out my ass! This is my pet! My pride and joy! You watch what you say! Nights really have gotten interesting. I suddenly understand why I hate seeing Toland Cash so much. Why's that? Because he's too much like you. Are you calling me out? Get on with it. What did you interrupt me for? You've been too hard at it lately. Isn't it nice, relaxing every once in a while? I'm heading back to work. No, nuh-uh. You've been getting more and more workaholic lately. See, the curtain's pulled open on the Radiant Knight's major adventure, and I'm not exactly resting easy with just platinum on the case. And the Adeptus Spravjadlivi has been scarily quiet this year. Usually they'd be firing open shots against the board of directors by now. What with all their documents and meetings? And this is your grounds for shirking work? Not entirely. The three above are having us keep this in check lately. To be strict about it, the infected are creating an opportunity for us. Darksteel will seize that to eliminate the last of those who know what really happened and shift the blame to the infected. What we should be doing now isn't harming the infected. When it comes to it, in fact, we even ought to give them a little help from the shadows. But we can't be too obvious about this, so I'll let you enjoy the hassle of finding them, seeing it through to the end. Work really does shift under your feet when it wants. We're on the board of directors' dime, after all. All we can do is be their people. Provisionally, of course. How's the Knight's Mora business going? Not much to be concerned with, just a moron tracing the footsteps of old-timey legends. We'll fix up a match for him to face one of the Grand Knights later. After the Knight's Mora reenactment thing gets enough buzz, it can be dumped. That's Knights for you, after all. A Knight's Mora orphan living in the present day. It's gotta be hard on the soul. Batire, what are you following me for? You can drop that tone with me like you're on your victory lap. There's youth in your voice. Odds are you're younger than me. Are you always so aimless? Don't you have anywhere to go? A titled major knight being a tramp in Cavalierelki? Really? Cities disgust me. Walking helps clear the mind. Garantas always walk the grasslands. It ain't no grassland here. It should be. And you just go on like this? How long has it been? 10 years or so, or however many. I can't even remember now. But you did get a lift to reach Cavalierelki, right? You crossed Kashmir on foot? Rubbish! You've really never stopped before? Don't you even need to rest? Batire, do you know of the Kagan quest? What? It was once the apotheosis of a Karanta's glory. At the time a warrior comes of age, in order to manifest their glory as a Karanta, in the company of their mother and father, they would make a promise. From the place they were born, they would leave for a distant site of trial. Taking only a weapon gifted by their parents, they would go on foot. A site of trial? The site of trial is decided by themselves. True courage must be recognized by themselves. The way of the courageous spans 1,000 folds of the earth, while the cowardly only dare choose the forest before their own door. A distance or lack of it was by no means the sole judge. Some brave brought back the heads of prey. Some brave cut off their enemies' ears. Some brave were empty-handed, but bountiful with pure gold and spices. Our forebears never once forgot this tradition. This was proof of valor. Countless Knights Mora soldiers walked the conquest at the start of their long journey. So right now, you're completing your rite of adulthood alone? Where's your parents? Since I can recall, I had no one at all. Batire, I'm not ashamed to admit, to be with you, one of the same blood, no matter how distant, consoles me somewhat. At least, it lets me take in that, in this age twistedly proceeding, my past brethren are still alive. Alright, are you gonna hang around the Grand Knight territory like this for the time being, then? Cavalierelki. I learned from the travelers. This place is the center of the land of the Knights. Kashmir's glory. Yet now I see, it is no more than a rotting fort, trampling the glory, the honor that should shine esteemed. Once, my brethren were trialed in their Kagan quests by beasts and catastrophe, and what I face now is a forward-roaring, grassland-crushing metal titan. Champions. They're the pinnacles of modern Kashmirzian knighthood, the strong that garner all attention. Dwelling on their image amounts to nothing. Attempting to debate the attitude of the knight of now comes off as utterly foolish. Only through one victory after another can it be understood just how Kashmir postures itself in the modern day. It happens to block my Kagan quest. So I will conquer it in order to prove my fatedness. Each knight in Cavalierelki has their own reason to fight. Maybe many of the ignorant beyond Kashmir would criticize the modern knight competitions as defying tradition, renouncing glory. But we're not of that mind at all. The times are changing. Industry and finance are expanding. Do you honestly still want the people putting stock in the traditions of killing? Rampant duels paid with blood in modern society? No, the General Chamber of Commerce finds it very hard to sanction such things.
Cities springing up, engines rumbling as they turn. This is an age of rapid progress. Yes, wildly unlike it was over a decade ago, Mr. McKee.
Madame Droste, the General Chamber expects your certain victory. The infected Knight crisis is intensifying. Taken as a locus, the Radiant Knight will extol it, and the Board of Directors will lose great face over it.
I understand.
I don't mean to trouble you. I'm guessing you still won't accept our proposals, will you? But I hope you'll realize, you won't actually need to do anything.
McKee, I want to decide a victor between me and the Radiant Knight. Fair and square. I won't need to do anything. These last few years, I've always been solicited as such. Mr. McKee, as a knight, inaction itself is one brand of action. Can you sympathize with that? Am I not even allowed the satisfaction of a single request anymore, Mr. McKee?
No, if you really are so determined, I'll try and talk over the Knights Association and the other spokesmen. But, can you tell me why? You have no pre-existing relationship with the Radiant Knight, as far as we know. What makes you so insistent?
Why is the General Chamber so focused on her? Though she's of a famous family, she is no more than a knight once banished in the end. Tell me, just what is the KGCC so focused on?
This isn't something you and I should discuss right now, Madame Droste. But, alright. Behind this affair, it's a contest between the Adeptus Spravedlivi and the General Chamber. In fact, neither the KGCC nor the Adeptus ultimately care too much who takes the championship. Do you understand? I've currently obliged with you. I respect your way of thinking, but your steadfastness is harming the KGCC's outlook towards you.
I'll explain to the nightclub myself.
Our Lithanian visitors wouldn't want to see any mishaps befall you in the arena either.
Mishaps? Losing to an infected champion, you mean? I've no illusions of the way they work. The Candle Knight Viviana Droste is celebrated so because she is Lithanian. A Lithanian, finding success in the Kashmir Knight competitions, makes them beam. And since the Black Knight, it's a glory they've taken for granted. I became a substitute for the Black Knight by luck, no more. No more than vanity.
It might be vain of them, yes, but their support for you is authentic. The KGCC is hoping to sign a trade agreement with the nobles at this moment, and your impact cannot be ignored.
McKee, 2 knights meet in a contest, hoping to fight a fair battle. Is this something so inherently forbidden?
No, you're right.
Kashmir, Lithanian, the home that birthed me. In childhood, I imagined that the place I lived was one where romance and glory could coexist. I simply want to see with this special case, this Radiant Knight, see who comes out on top. At least this once, I won't need to consider how to win beautifully. I only need to consider how to claim victory. Is that not abidable?
The outcome won't change. The KGCC will find some way to force the Radiant Knight's loss. Losing to you was the most appropriate decision to make.
You support them?
In order to prevent the situation from degrading further, in order not to give the Adeptus more excuses to revolt, yes, I support this decision.
McKee,
Yes?
I'm somewhat disappointed in you.
My deepest apologies, madam. But I believe it is the best option. My deepest apologies.
There's a celebration feast tonight. I'll need to be on my way soon.
Right. May you travel safely.
McKee, I merely, simply, want to be a witness in this age to a knight's radiance. True radiance. She's just as if a verse. Nothing more than that. Farewell.
A verse, was it? Perhaps. But those poems you read, I've never once actually managed to make sense of one, Viviana. Mr. McKee, did you order flowers? The doorman's gotten a bouquet of marigolds and says you ordered them. Yes. It was your anniversary recently, wasn't it? Oh, it was. You remembered that? It's my gift to you two. You've been a credit to your job. Don't forget to go home and spend time with your family. Wow, Mr. McKee, thank you! Thank you so much! That's fine. If you've got nothing important, go on and sign off a little early. You can't live without treasuring life.
Daring to add ingredients like that? You've definitely got the potential to be a top chef.
Oh my gosh! Alright. That was an hour straight, aside from the stage. The great yappening. Oh my gosh. Oh. 10 minutes of stage, 1 hour of story, pretty balanced. I'm surprised you guys are still here. Oh my gosh. Leave the devil man alone, please. Ah. Fun fact, during the proper event, not in the recap like it is now, for the mini-game you had to do side quests. Finish missions with special conditions for the various factions in Kashmir. Interesting. It's a nice tie-in to what Malkovich said in his dialogue with Doctor. Aha! Yeah, I definitely am missing something, for sure. Oh, I'm surprised you still want to do the readings. I knew going in that this was going to be hard. I knew this going in that it was going to be hard. Oof. Thank you, Arknight. Oh. Hang on a sec. Let me just make sure I'm not missing any. Oh, that was the one thing I forgot to do. Please tell me I don't have to. Yep. Alright, I forgot to set something up. Give me a sec real quick. 2 stages of stream until event is over. Kind of, yeah, pretty much. Alright, then there is... Yeah, so we just did 3. So then we have to do... Okay. Give me 1 sec. I forgot one specific setup thing. 1 sec here. Alright. It's nice training for later chapters and events for what it's worth. What do you mean by that? That's not terrifying or anything. Alright, hang on. I had to set up so many different things, so I'm like not full setup with everything. So just don't worry about it. Great. When has that ever been a good thing for you guys to say? To say don't worry about it. I don't think that's I don't think that's ever been a good instance of things. Alright, let's see. Supplemental. We need
Need 7, 8, and a diary, and a diary. Wait. Okay. That 7, diary, 8. Is that right? 7, 1, 4, 8. Okay. I think I have this right. You're worried about it? I don't think you've ever had a good reason to say don't worry about it. Oh. Managed to be Patriot, finished with the tutorial. Congratulations, Revens. It is only after an L4. No, I know. I'm looking at the clock as well. So I'm just setting them up. That's all. Oh, please don't tell me they're all that long. They can't be, right? Right? Holy. Smiley face. Awesome. Smiley face is a great sign. Keep up the good work. Thanks, Stockler. I appreciate it. Oh. It's a pretty long event for how early it was, relatively. It's one of the longest, is it not? Ugh. Alright. I'm doing my best anyway. Grabbing water, making sure it's all okay. All stuff like that. It's a good sign HG was getting more confident with their story, pushing so much at us. True, yeah. Smirk. You guys are definitely making me feel totally comfortable here. Nah, it's all good. I just need a little bit of a catch-up. Right. So many characters, so many voices. Also, if you're new here, or if you're a new face to the channel, definitely consider joining our Discord. We have an Arknights channel in the Discord. We do have an Enfield channel. I don't ever look at it. And for Arknights, just don't talk about anything past Act 1, please. If you need to talk about anything past Act 1 or stuff later on for Nearl or things like that, there is a thread in that channel. But even if you are new here, you don't know what's going on, you don't know anything about Arknights, we're still happy to have you. It's a very fun community regardless. We have lots of artists and creators, and there's also people talking about all sorts of other games in the server, so we would be happy to have you if you would like to join. Just make sure that you grab the roll reaction that will let you talk in the rest of the server, and we would love having you. After all that reading, Scar can become a VA. Oh yeah, Vessa, I didn't get to do the little audition thing in time. I think it ends like tomorrow, sadly. It was an interesting idea though. Also, Region, sorry, this is an English stream. I'm not able to read other languages. The horror trailer thing with the bear crow thing that you sent over. I wasn't able to look at that in time, sadly. She lies, she reads Polish just fine. I'm still slipping on some words, I know I am. But yeah, I looked at it, but I think it's like, it would have been a great test, but I just don't have the time right now. I keep getting them on Twitter now, the VA auditions, so I can keep my eyes open for other things. Yeah, sure. Thank you very much for subscribing. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Bruno. I appreciate it. Alright. Yeah, I just, the timing was a little tight while I'm... This month, the end of this month and next month are gonna be so busy. But it's all good. Alright.
Give me like a few seconds here.
Alright.
Wanted to hear you voice the giant mama bear. I felt like I could. I just, yeah, no time. Enjoying the music. There we go. That's what the lobby is good for. I do have water here. Thank you. Okay. Beware, Wate. It's all good. It's all good. All right. Let's see if this works.
Okay.
Okay. It's gonna behave? Yes. It is behaving, thank goodness. Alright. Make sure I have this right. 7 and 1. Okay. Voice of Rosebud, number 7. Campaign Knights hold joint military exercise in response to troop buildup at Ursus border. Recently, 4 divisions of Campaign Knights held a combined operation on Kashmir's northern borders. The large-scale military exercise had many participants, covering the usage of the latest military technology and equipment, and carrying out drills covering actual combat scenarios such as infiltration and sabotage, coordinated assaults, and deep battle operations. The purposes of this combined operation were to strengthen military preparedness in the areas around the Ursus border, improve the combat synergy of the various Campaign Knight divisions around the border region, and serve as a show of force and deterrence mechanism against Ursus's recent troop buildup and frequent provocations along the border. Reportedly, the Silverlance Pegasus nightclub will be absent from this military exercise in order to rectify their command structure as well as adapt to new equipment. Related articles. Infected Knight population continues to rise. Shelters hitting maximum capacity. Rose Paper Union Corp establishes Rose Paper Union Columbia. Kashmir's GDP grew by 3% this year. Alright. Hibiscus's Diary, number 1, day 4.
Phew, we're finally in Kashmir. We raced through the wilderness to get Nearl to the Grand Knight territory as quickly as possible. We got buffeted around every night and even almost got tossed out of bed once. But I heard Nearl managed to make it in time for the competition and was even able to save her sister. Incredible, huh? I wonder if someday I'll get to make a grand entrance and bail out Lava? If only Lava was here. While Rhodes Island was docked with the Grand Knight territory, Amiya gave the medic team a mission on behalf of the doctor. It seemed like we'd be helping a large number of infected this time, and if necessary, we'd need to accommodate some of them in Rhodes Island for treatment. Judging from the look on Amiya's face, this mission wasn't going to be easy. Some operators had to leave Rhodes Island and hold up in a special infected quarter of the Grand Knight territory to provide medical services. I'm one of those operators. When our operators from Kashmir were introducing the Grand Knight territory, they said they would link up the 4 major nomadic cities during the major. Pretty crazy, huh? But it can't be bigger than Londinium, can it? Maybe next time I'll ask an operator who's familiar with both places. While I'm writing this, I've already boarded the special shuttle prepared by the Adeptus Spravedlivi Kashmir. Right now, it seems like this shuttle's the only way to get between Rhodes Island and the infected stationing area. Because of some policy or other, we aren't able to freely go where we want. That's a shame, because I wanted to have a look around the tower in the middle of the city. However, I can already tell that the Grand Knight territory is incredibly prosperous, just from the sights I've seen along the way. There are huge electronic billboards and high-rises everywhere, and the entire city looks really vibrant. There are entire districts for the infected to live in as well as reception centers for the infected, and overall, this place doesn't seem to have as much hostility towards the infected as many other countries. I heard that the infected are able to become knights here. And famous infected knights can even gain considerable renown and status. For example, just look at the last major champion, the Blood Knight. I wonder if he's stronger than Nearl. Speaking of Nearl, everyone's selling merchandise of her. From small stalls to huge malls. Earlier, I bought a keychain of her head and crest from a roadside store. And the shop owner immediately started chatting with me. I guess he was one of Nearl's loyal fans once he got started about her. There was no shutting him up. After we talked, he insisted on giving me an extra keychain. He wouldn't take no for an answer, and wouldn't let me pay either. So, I just took it in the end. The people here really are way too passionate. I mean, we also have plushie merch, so, you know, how much better are we? Alright. Interesting keychains here. Alright. Did I loop myself? What do you mean by that? Pat the Nearl plushie. Nearl's one step ahead of you, Star. Flex your plushie on Hibiscus? That's so mean! Oh my gosh. You know, it's so funny because I remember, did I accidentally read the same part twice? I don't recall doing that, but maybe I did. I don't know now. It's okay. It's, you know what I realized? It's harder for me to read the articles, because they're much longer lines of text. Versus, like, in-game, it's much, much smaller. Meanwhile, Hibiscus has a room full of Nearl merchandise. I don't think so. Maybe Aqua had a minor stream rollback. That could be true, yeah. I don't think I reread anything twice. It's so funny. I remember when I was first starting out with Arknights, I don't remember when you guys discussed this, but you guys were telling me about how, elite operators on Rhodes Island are treated like complete celebrities. And my mind immediately went to merch. So it's kind of funny, because I remember you guys saying that, you know, so many months ago. I think it bugged out? Oh, okay. Noted, noted. Hopefully it didn't, hopefully it's not, like, in the VOD or whatever. It's more a guy doing the entire Ice Age march. Oh my god. Your stream is stopping every minute? I'm sorry about that. Guys on Twitch, I appreciate you watching, but, just as a heads up, I will not be able to understand what you're writing. It's just YouTube being weird again. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Well, in that case, it might be in the VOD, and then I can't really control it, but oh well. The CEO has the most outfit/brand deals, so that checks out. What? They're fans from Ursus, they say you should come back. Jeez. Alright. I'm gonna do what I can here. I might be a little slower, I don't know. We'll just see how this goes. But hey, it's easier to hear then, I guess. Whew. We will do what we can. Please don't be as long. Okay. Let me just make sure to change our horse number. And then it helps if anyone is, like, coming into stream, then they know what I'm doing. Okay.
It will adapt us. Oh my. Okay. If Kashmir's poetry was a knight, then she could be none other than a woman named Viviana. Her name shines brightly, whereas Marigold and Moon alike are bland. Okay then. Interesting. Alright. Again. Whew. Her very first time in entering a knight competition, Viviana Droste earned a title, Glimmer Viviana. 3 years later, with her major debut, she became one of the Grands, taking on the honorific title, the Candle Knight. In terms of talent, she is the youngest any of the 10 Grand Knights have ever been. In terms of strength, hers is still growing to this day. She can't be taken lightly. Margaret, are you listening? Yes, I'm just reminiscing some. Auntie, is this like how you and Margaret used to take on the Major? Well, if you want to talk then... A certain someone always vanished after a match ended, either holding up in her room despite studying deep into her next opponent's traits, or secretly running off to train her sword hand with Maynard. I still remember us all agreeing to celebrate with a feast the first time Margaret won, and in the end she let it completely slip her mind. When we found her, she was dragging her battered body, attempting her own arts in the garden. I did want to ask right then, aren't you freezing? It was because my arts can alleviate pain too, so ultimately it's not proper treatment, or else what value would modern medicine even have? I won't argue with that. I know many a doctor that would astonish you. It's thanks to their invaluable techniques that rescuing others is no longer a far-fetched notion. Rhodes Island Pharmaceuticals? Or was it those two Sarkaz women? Both. They're all in the fight against suffering. Come to mention it, Miss Shining and Miss Nightingale went to link up with friends from Rhodes Island, didn't they? I'm not sure how they're doing right now. No matter if they're in the Grand Knight territory, they're still giving all they have to assist the infected. I believe in them. But what I myself must do is unrelated to Rhodes Island's will. I can't force this responsibility upon them. Hence why I separated from Rhodes Island. Margaret, take a little care of yourself too, when you can. There's something fine for you to say. If you want to talk mess, Maria, you've been so much worse. Alright, anyhow. What's the plan of action now? I don't think training would have much meaning to you now, personally speaking. But this is your first time in years facing a Grand Knight. Should we have a little exercise? Get back to peak condition? If you would, Zofia. Brilliant. Maria, you're up. I thought I was fine to just sit and watch. Sit and watch? I didn't ask you to bring your equipment for no reason, did I? Didn't you see what happened last time? Do you want me taking the Radiant Knight alone again? Zofia, if she isn't willing... And don't you coddle her! Very well. Am I sparring with Margaret? I've never... When Margaret was competing, you were just a little girl. Though you still are now. Maria. Yes. Let's give our Radiant Knight a little taste of how independent knight Maria Nearl toppled the left-hand knight. Okay. Alright, Margaret. Let's go! Very well. Meeting Maria's gaze, the words of a certain someone suddenly pop into the Radiant Knight's mind. Has she renounced the path of knighthood? Was it I who made her give it up? I'm aware. The scheduling for next week's meeting is already in place. Yes, I will not be absent. I assure you, I'll see the work delegated to me through. Yes, I'm very sorry. No, it's nothing to do with the Radiant Knight. I remain an employee of the company. I'll accomplish whatever business is at hand. It has absolutely nothing to do with my status. Sir, please leave me out of this mockery. They're unrelated matters and nothing else. Thank you. All right. I'll see you next week at the meeting. Someone's a singleton, huh? Is this what the Radiant Knight and her sister do too? Never come back home? Toland, I've warned you. Don't set foot on my carpet wherever you please. The Armorless Union's eye is firmly fixed upon you. Are you planning to drag me down alongside? Now that's beyond my wildest dreams. Relax. As long as they don't fold their big, slippery kill men in, how are a bunch of armed lackeys ever gonna track me down? I'm not winning in a fight. This city's their turf. But if they want to catch me, they'll have to show they want it. Are you asking me to praise your audacity? Now that'd be something else. A high knight praising me, some lowlife. I wouldn't carry that weight, would I? I'm no longer a knight. Not even today, with the Radiant Knight getting her title back? Shamelessness. Why are you here? Come on, I didn't come to the Grand Knight territory just for you, Mr. Knight, sir. But in seriousness, if I could talk you into lending a hand to us, that'd be a fine, fine thing. I regretfully inform you, this matter is already settled. Even though I've given 100% to protecting your little Nearl nieces. Even then. Alright, fine. Maybe you really have changed, Waynar. I'm just giving you a heads up. I passed by the border of Cavalialki today. Those districts were originally a city of their own, right? You still remember the sight we saw when we came back to the GKT together, back when we were young? Miles of camps outside the city knocked together by the refugees and the poor. Bonfires in the evening lighting up the faces of the homeless. Infected, bandits, farmers, workers, even knight nobility thrown to the beasts. If tragedy was a melting pot, there it melted. The sobbing and the anger all mixing together. Even as people to the side are being robbed and killed, they just shuffle their bodies around and try to give themselves a better sleep. I know you wouldn't forget. I know you. You've been angry for too long. Lost hope. I won't need you to help me decide. The Armorless Union is cleaning out the Infected's haunt tonight. The coordinates are on this sheet. And what do the Infected Knights have to do with me? Oh, Kashmir is loaded with ways to treat the Infected. Even if they drive them to take each other's lives like gladiators, they still beat Ursus by a long shot. But the workers infected in the building of the city, the farmers infected when they couldn't escape catastrophe, and the survivors struggling so they can become knights. They'll die like wretches before your eyes. What the infected will go through will directly impact how public opinion determines the Radiant Knight. And then, in the end, everything you love will be swept into the storm that follows. You don't need to threaten me. What about you, then? I'll help out a bit, as I feel it. If it really comes down to it, I might risk my neck a little. Pinus Sylvestris is an important potential partner of ours, and I want to pull them in with us. Sure, they're infected, but they're big fancy knights, just like you, aren't they? And that's about that. I'll give you a final touch of advice, Muenar. The big picture's coming together. Staying out of it won't get you anywhere anymore.
All present then?
Since when did you have so many people? However many knights have been oppressed are however many knights here. Drop the idea that you're the only one who suffered and wants to rebel, Shevchik. Plastic Shevchik. I've got no prejudice against pets of the General Chamber like you, but I can't say how happy I am still seeing some will to rebel in your eyes. Everyone still has a trace of it. The unwillingness to drift with the tide. Ha! Drifting with the tide's one thing, but this swell's gonna beat us dead clear as day in the darkest dump around. And that's sure as hell not their call to make.
The plan's very simple. 3 years ago, on the day before that major, the moment the 4 cities were about to link up, the core city power plant got paralyzed by terrorists. In order to merge smoothly, each district already had its own engine shut off. When the core city's power dropped out of them in that state, every district was forced to switch over to their independent power systems, which included their city's engines. At that point, in order to stop the districts colliding, the Grand Knight territory was forced to completely scatter apart.
The Great Kavalierki Separation.
Yep. But this time, while the major's on, we're going to completely cut the lights in all the Grand Knight territory's arenas.
I've heard it multiple times, and it still sounds crazy. Can we really pull this off all on our own? If the Grand Knight territory fell this easy, then Ursus would have razed Kashmir to the ground ages ago. Does this tie in with your Sprawiedlivi friends? Strange. The Adeptus allowing the separation to rear its scandalous head again? What are they calculating?
Ha! What? The biggest scandal wasn't getting rode out of the business suites?
What's the specific plan?
Tomorrow evening, Greynudi's taking a team to shock attack the Grand Knight Territory power plant. Ordinarily, it's heavily guarded down there, but on this occasion, the Adeptus are gonna deliberately leave an opening to give us something to exploit.
If the Adeptus are willing to help us so much, why don't they just do this themselves?
Ha! They don't exactly speak in unity. Not just the Adeptus, the Law and Order National Council, the Knights Association, even the General Chamber of Commerce. We've seen our fair shares of the volatile human condition. Since when would they ever be so simple? Justina, you go with Ashley. After you complete your mission, cover them while they withdraw, then rush for the General Chamber building 3 kilometers out. Shevchik will be there to back you up at the designated spot. As for you, Ivana, you're going to have to handle the Armorless Union.
Just what I wanted to hear.
The Armorless are already watching this place, so we won't get to pull this off so smooth. You've got to find some way to proactively get them into a fight. Ivana, draw their attention away. Of course, if any elites show up, you've got to hit the brakes, turn tail, and scram.
Got it.
The next time we hold a celebration dinner, I don't want your seat empty. I'll have no one to drink with otherwise.
Relax. As long as you don't mess up and electrocute yourself, I'll keep with you to the bitter end.
Finally, with the help of a few conscientious reporters, we found a passage to infiltrate the General Chamber of Commerce. The entrance to the chamber building's freight elevator is underground. Usually, it's only messengers and porters that go through there. Of course, even a freight elevator has its cameras. It won't be as easy as that. But at the time of the last great Cavalierki separation, with the power out, a messenger trapped in the elevator escaped by himself, then got caught by a reporter for an interview. He got into the elevator well through the air vent, climbed up all the way to the 4th floor meeting rooms. Our objective's the penthouse computer room. Once we steal the data, I'll find a way to immediately upload it to your terminals, and all of you can get the material. So that this'll work, even if you don't make it out? You can't tell me anything of the sort, Sona. I'm disappointed in you. Even if it succeeds, this operation won't mean anything at all. Not just you. Assaulting the power facilities, facing the Armorless Union. Not a single aspect of this is safe. You want safety now? If the Armorless really do send assassins for us, it'll be nothing but plain hunter. And moreover, we're certain to be the prey. Anyone who's not prepared for this, I suggest you back out right now. Don't drag us down when the time comes. We have no way out in the first place, Sir Knight. We were prepared for this long ago, because we've never even needed to prepare. What we genuinely need amounts to 2 things. The truth of Area Zero, the cage for the infected secretly built by the General Chamber. We need to let the whole world know about it. And the Armorless Union's roster. To put it in perspective, even the Adeptus Spravedlivi doesn't know how many are on that list. In the worst case scenario, it'll all have been a ruse set up by those spy masters in the first place. Even so, as long as we succeeded in handing these 2 things over to the Adeptus, we can get our legal papers back, and we won't ever be anyone else's playthings again. As long as we give the Adeptus a reasonable motive to investigate Area Zero and the Armorless Union, it'll be the best attack they could ever make on the General Chamber of Commerce. Win or lose, this is the moment. Alright, I like those looks in your eyes. Well then, anything weighing on you, Toland Cash? You ought to show your face after eavesdropping for so long, right? Ivana's told us already. We won't pull anything on you.
What? It's a bold plan. Infected and night people, pleased to meet you. A bounty hunter? Flametail, you never mentioned an outsider like this taking part in the fight. You can't stand bounty hunters? Very sorry, but I've got my own share of hate for knights. Ugh. But I imagine the fancy knights know how to take stock of a situation. Especially ones like you, giving up your knighthood for your family. Actually admirable, I tell you. So what I think is that maybe you might need a little help in other ways. No, that's fine if you don't trust me. For example, a blueprint of the KGCC tower's internal structure. Where did you get it? There's more ways than you know, miss, but human connections work best. If you want to join in on us, fine, but, just as an interview, I want to hear your reasons. Reasons? Ha. You can already see the KGCC building from this angle. It's one you can catch from any dim alley in the Grand Knight territory. I want to see it crumble. It's that simple. Why? Have you ever been to one of those villages hammered by taxation and catastrophes? I've been. I've seen them fight over things. I've seen them run fugitive. I see them pass on. I've been to many a place. It sounds like you've got plentiful experience. Ah, don't look at me. I thought he was a decent sight from the beginning, right? A beeping noise. No objection. It's your call. All right then. Welcome to the club, Mr. Toland. Doctor! You're working hard.
I'm alright. All the medic operators have been hard at work, too. The infected knights. I thought they were a special case in Kashmir, but they number far more than I imagined. They even have scarring from beast bites. It's precisely because of this that ordinary hospitals are so hesitant to accept wounded infected for treatment. However... No, I can't shake this feeling that something, somewhere, isn't normal. There's nothing wrong with building an infected treatment facility in an isolated district, but the people who've accepted treatment, they've all been knights. If it were just for handling infected knights, they shouldn't have needed to go to so much trouble. What I mean is, there might be quite a few infected knights, but how many people is this nomadic platform able to contain? The other sections. The workers won't let us near them, but what are those areas doing?
Let me worry about this. I'll ask Gravel if she knows anything. You need to get some rest first.
Alright. Don't push yourself too hard, Doctor. The Adeptus Spravedlivi's Knights might be treating us politely thanks to our ties with Miss Nearl, but this is still Kashmir's core in the end. That's right. Where's Gravel? Wasn't she staying at your side?
I asked her for some company info from the KGCC. If I can, I want a meeting with the spokespeople and our partners.
But given you're the one requesting it... Doctor, you have to be careful when you're dealing with those business people. I've been hearing of all sorts of rumors from the Knights these past few days. That's right. I heard about Nearl's performance. Quite a few of the infected Knights coming for treatment are fans of hers. I'd know the Radiant Knight held weight in Kashmir, but never imagined this scale. I hear Nearl's sister's old enough to fight in the Knight competitions, so... Actually, she must be older than me, even. If we get the chance, I'd really like to beat her. Hamia, you're here too! Doctor! Hibiscus, any news? Well, it's a little hard for me to put. The Knights who came in today were talking about demonic treatment, the shady doctor from Kazdel, and the like. We wouldn't advertise like that, would we? To be honest, it should be the health-administering maestro from Kazdel, anyway. I'll consult Gravel and the spokesman. How did it end up like this? Oh, but getting a little famous isn't so bad either. I've been here a while, and you do get to see the same faces from time to time. With such frequent injuries, it seems like competing as a knight isn't much of an easy job. But I did previously tend to an infected who was seriously hurt, and I haven't seen him for the past few days. Who knows how his recovery's been going? Do you mean Mr. Silverlamp Knight? Right. And after I finished basic treatment, he got hauled off by a Knights Association person. I don't know where he's gone. I see someone waving at me. I need to head over right away. Amiya, don't forget to ask what's going on with that for me. These infected knights look permanently exhausted, going by their faces. Some may have won matches, gotten considerable prize money, but still can't muster their spirits at all. It's not like I've never seen this look before. It's just like fighting to the death has filled their entire lives to the point they could burst, and they can't bear even the slightest hope or optimism. The infected knight competitions are simply treating the infected as entertainment products. I'm starting to understand a little what Nearl is here for. Come in! Doctor, are you always so busy in here?
Dr. Starlight, about that meeting you mentioned last time. I've gotten it all set up and ready. Oh? Am I interrupting yours and Miss Amiya's conversation?
It's perfectly fine, Mr. Malkovich.
A few medical corporations collaborating with Rhodes Island are deeply interested in your firm's services and technology. Of course, even with a mind for simple friendship, they'd still love to have dinner with you. However, if you'd allow me to warn you, if Miss Amiya is to participate, she is ultimately infected, and I worry you'll be treated in unneeded ways.
It's alright, I'm already used to it.
My apologies. By the way, Dr. Starlight, here's the business magazine you mentioned before. I didn't expect you to take such an interest in Kashmir's economic situation. Do you plan to open a subsidiary in Kashmir? I've heard your firm keeps a branch office in our nation.
Huh? Doctor, our branch office shouldn't have been officially communicated to the Adeptus Spravedlivi yet, right? Did they already investigate their way to it?
I did want to get a look into Kashmir's situation. If you do plan to start a business in the Grand Knight territory someday, be sure to contact me. I'll find you the best team of lawyers for Rhodes Island. But... what's on your mind? There was an accident in which an infected passed away on the field not long ago. I'm not casting judgment on this incident itself. I'm saying the force of public opinion is greater than we can imagine. I'm no professional at all, but I think of, and you understand better than me, an infected dying from overcasting in the arena, inviting uncontrollable danger, and how great that danger is, despite it being, in my eyes, near deliberate harassment, an unjust confrontation. The fact of the matter is, the barbs of the masses from far and wide are aimed at the infected. I worry whether it might affect our cooperation, my Rhodes Islander friends.
Mr. Malkovich, it's not the first time the infected have been through something like this, and it won't be the last. In places beyond Kashmir, what infected go through far surpasses what you've seen.
A partner of mine, from before I was a spokesman, was once the Rose Paper Union's executive director of publishing. I quickly came to recognize the terror of gossip, Miss Amiya, Dr. Starlight. Perhaps opinion as of late will impact your work. I'll do my best to placate the moods of the workers and those receiving treatment.
Thank you very much, Mr. Malkovich.
It's the least I can do. It seems I still have a little time today. Dr. Starlight, did we have an appointment prior? If you're free, do let me tour you around Kashmir a bit.
Can Amiya come with us?
Of course, so long as the formalities and credentials are in hand. An infected such as Miss Amiya is free to act as she wishes.
I'll be fine. I still need to check in with all our medic operators to...
Appropriate rest is very important, Miss Amiya. Additionally, the patient who just arrived is the last for today.
Really?
Well then, we'll meet downstairs in 10 minutes. Malkovich has gotten real close to Rhodes Island lately. Ugh, that's not good.
The board of directors hasn't classified Rhodes Island as a target, which can only mean Darksteel has a different view of Rhodes Island.
The three of them have foresight a mile better than the average suits. How many years have they hung around in Kashmir?
What's the point? They're still just the pawns of the KGCC.
Sometimes foresight means forget beating the rules that don't benefit you. You gotta learn to use them. Join them. Yeah, of course the young bunch and the, ooh, look at me, look at my glory knights, aren't gonna improve of that argument. But it's everywhere. And if you want the truth of society, there it is.
What makes your theory so different from all those corporate employees?
The difference is, we're strong enough. Don't see the logic. Let's just get back to business. The board's already made a decision via the infected purge order. So soon? I told the people upstairs about the infected knight's plans to riot, after all. Make them realize in advance. Let them be aware the Grand Knight territory is about to face an infected attack. That's the only way we'll get any space made to operate. So then... we're still tidying a few infected as appropriate. Could have saved your breath from the start. We gotta do what we gotta do, and if we don't do it with enough smarts, we'll invite our own killers in. There sure aren't any heroes in Kashmir. Look at the bustling street before us. Who'd waste the energy standing off with this city? Kashmir's champions. They still carry the people away in this day and age. Truly wondrous. You want to say it's because I'm old, don't you? I would never regard you in that matter. Your Excellency, these documents are classified by the Adeptus Spravedlivi. Will handing them over to Rhodes Island? I haven't reached senility yet. That wasn't my meaning. Sonomi. Yes? I hear you never actually offered your patriarch your true name. We simply have a hold on your name. Haven't yet earned your loyalty. Your Excellency, Grand Knight, I was sold as a slave into Kashmir, no more. I'm deeply honored I could receive the appreciation of the Master of the House, but how can someone like me have anything to do with the act of offering a true name? I see. You've been in contact with Rhodes Island for a time now. How's it been? I believe myself to have already earned a portion of Rhodes Island's trust. That's not what I mind at all, Sonomi. What I mind is, has Rhodes Island won your trust? Campaign knights are servicemen. You're abiding strictly to your duties, fighting bravely for Kashmir. You're still so young. Why constrain your own mind? All we can give the young is the kindling. It's up to you to light the fire. You don't like Rhodes Island? No, it's just... If we suppose providing care to the infected like that is justice, then what Kashmir, the Adeptus, have been doing for so long, how are we meant to regard that? Go and find out yourself. You've still got a long, long road ahead. The armorless union's begun to move. I assume, before the Major hits fever pitch, they want to eliminate the infected threat. Do they really plan to hold a massacre inside the city? They have cause to. The infected are indeed planning an attack on the General Chamber's tower. That's not an easy thing to handle. Margaret Nearl. She resembles her grandfather quite a bit. She's very unlikely to stay out of this. She's also an exceptional case. Whether the infected or the armorless, they hide outside of the rules drawn up by themselves, and so suffer the cruelest struggles. The Radiant Knight has managed to pierce into this barrier, pierce into the den of horror that calls itself the Knight Competitions. The Nearls wouldn't raise an uneducated knight. By all rights, she should know she's doing no better than bailing water with a glass. And so, the Adeptus decided to grant her one chance to humiliate the business suits, one chance to let the knights prove themselves. They are going to give every ounce to support the Radiant Knights championship bid. Welcome, welcome, one and all! Welcome to the Kashmir National Arena, and welcome to the site of the Major today! I'm your old buddy, Great Mouth Mob, honored to host this match you've all been waiting for. Ooh, I've never seen passion swell as high as this! I gotta tell you all some juicy data! The match hasn't even started, and the number of people watching has already cemented itself as this major's highest yet. And at the same time, over the match, we'll be drawing lots for 10 lucky people here in the audience. Those 10 winners are going to get their hands on an assigned tie-in souvenir each. No time to waste. Ready your greatest rounds of applause. Out of the legends of the ancient family comes history's youngest champion. Give a warm welcome to the Radiant Knight, Margaret Nearl! The Radiant Knight, Margaret Nearl, returning to the field with a celestial beauty. In just a few short weeks, she seized qualification to join in on the major. And it doesn't end there. Today, we'll see this major's first clash of Grand Knight on Grand Knight, with the honor of the T, the H, and the E on their titles. That's all you need to hear to know what these knights are about. Margaret Nearl, Nearl the Radiant Knight. Today, she faces her opponent, the Light of Elegance from Lithuanian. She's been nominated for Most Popular Knight over and over. 18 individual honors to her name. And if that wasn't enough, her first ever competition, she beat Frost Skull Knight to become the greatest of dark horses. She was runner-up in the last major's duels, not to mention her popularity, an utterly uncontested number 2 in the nation. Dark horse? What's dark horse mean? Dark? Dark Knight? The Black Knight? It just means someone really strong. Her name! Ooh, the red-hot crowd is already beginning to chant name! Welcome, the Candle Knight, Viviana Droste!
Good evening, Radiant Knight.
Good evening. The cacophony of voices seems to gradually abate, and in that moment, the two knights nod at each other. The Candle Knight slowly lifts her hand. Light and heat, weaving and twining in response to her title.
Radiant Knight, are you proud of who you are?
Of course.
As a knight, or as an infected?
As Margaret Nearl.
A common answer. Were you aware? Truthfully, I was the bastard daughter of a Lithuanian noble.
Oh.
There at the top of that spire, I couldn't even hear the human clamor of the city down below. I couldn't hear the peddlers market their wares, nor the cars roll across the surface. Every night, the darkness enveloped me, from each and every direction. However, my mother would bring me in secret wax candles.
Wax candles?
Electric lights tend to be easy to spot, don't they? And that noble household always kept so many ornamental candles around. No one would notice if a few went missing. By the candlelight, I would read poems, novels, prose from all nations. They were full of magic. In those days, I read a fair share of books. Books depicting knights. Once the waves washed away, once glory and life together faded, the world and all its beings fall from zenith to nadir, becoming dust. Once the forge belched its flames, once catastrophe descended, once families and old friends let this be forgotten. The last night upon this great land, all alone, faced the swells as dark as night and began to charge.
A night novel?
A fabricated romance, only meant to stir people's imaginations, correct? Radiant Knight, since becoming a knight, what is it you've wanted to do? And what should a knight do?
The two knights seem to be conversing in their pre-match moments. The atmosphere's so friendly, anyone would hate to shatter it. But in the end, a match is a match. Knights, to your positions, please!
That was the identity I came to Kashmir with. Practically banished to this nation. Simply so I could live on, I chose to become a knight. To be frank, when I realized that winning matches, earning popularity, was all it took to become a knight, I was disappointed. And in these years, I had never felt much of anything genuine. As if my days making a living in Kashmir aren't even as rich as my time hidden in the spire. But you're different. When I came to Kashmir, the Radiant Knight had already been banished. But as a knight, I'd always hear all kinds of anecdotes about you. You do invite curiosity. If you disdain the knight competitions of now, what goal do you pursue by participating? Is it simply to take this championship? To prove something?
Back then, at the time, that was indeed my belief. If everyone's gazes had diverted from glory, I would go to where they focus most, and tell them all the knights still remain.
At the time?
After I left Kashmir, I traveled to many places. By no means was I always free from bewilderment, but by the end, I'd chosen my own justice, my own faith.
To rescue the infected?
Yes, but not that alone.
So, this is your definition of a knight?
If you demand an answer, I once told my sister as much, and to this day, I've still never amended this notion. To be a knight is to be the noble light that illuminates the land. The Candle Knight and the Radiant Knight, then. Now there's a match that'll light up every corner, don't you think, V? Hey, old bones! Why you been so out of sorts lately? What's wrong? Did that Knight's Mora end up being your long-lost love child or what have you? The hell nonsense are you talking?
Hold on, Maria's not here.
She wouldn't miss her sister's match for the world. Should be right on her way.
I'll go and look for her. Illuminate the land. Not all people can illuminate the land, Radiant Knight. Most are but tiny candle flames, barely enough to light the way on their own lives. The storm rocks us. In this age, a candle flame is indistinct. The people have lost their selves, and what frightens me is they aren't even conscious of it. Knowing this full well, why must you still...
Are you doubting yourself, Viviana?
You call me by my name.
That may be who you really are. The Candle Knight is no more than a title upon you. People's fates are not decided by their births, Viviana. In my view, you are an outstanding knight.
If your faith truly is as unshakable as the sun, allow such a meager candle flame as myself to try and wrest a moment of your rays.
A poem's looks. Alright.
What blocks the way? I will
Oh,
burn.
okay. Hang on. Okay, yes, we do have... okay. There's gonna be this problem, and there's gonna be this problem. Okay, fair enough. We're going to... Actually, yeah, let's see if we can stop people early. That would... Is there anything there?
Think you'll get away?
Actually, yeah. Let's try to see if we can stop people early, maybe. Something feels off. Hang on. Which? It's gonna go here, and then through here. Okay, fair enough. Got it. Alright. Wait. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to think. Because we don't have much in the room of working. All right. Let's have Kanta here. Let's do the same layout here. I want to be able... Okay. Kanta can only block one. If we have Lapland here, she could cover a little bit more. I think that's fine. And then we have one more square if we need it as well. I feel like something's gonna go wrong, but I don't know what it is right now, and I don't really care to learn. All right, let's have Reed here.
Please, trust in me.
I feel like this is all we need, but I'm also kind of nervous. All right, let's see. Let's have... Oh, that is scary. I don't like that. What is that? I don't like it. Let me think. Okay, actually, which way are you going? You're gonna go here, right? I don't like this situation. Thinking... Yes. Wait, which way are you where are you going? Wait. Is this gonna be... Can you go around? It's gonna be bad. I feel like I need to watch what you're doing. Alright, this is at least permanent, but we can't even... What is... Okay, we won't be able to even use these tiles to begin with, right? Like, it's not even an option, so... Which way are you going? I don't like this. Let's have silence here. I'm feeling nervous. Which way do you go? You gonna... Yep, okay. Yep, that makes sense. Fair enough. In that case, let's get... Oh, okay, let me think. Lapland should be okay on her own. Let's get... Trying to see if Firewatch can reach. Not really. Ah! Wait, what? Hang on! Is that what we're dealing with? Oh my gosh! Alright. You know what? That's fair, fine. Oh man. Oh, we are so dead, please. Alright. This is not going to work well, and no one's in the right place. For sure, no one is in the right place, but you know what? I'm just gonna try here. No one's in the right place. I don't like this. I definitely don't like this. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. This is really bad. I hate the layout of all of this. I see the problems now. Oh my gosh. I see all the problems now. There's nothing we can really do here. Oh my gosh. Alright, you know what, let's retreat. Fair enough. We don't have any healers, and okay, we are going to need... Let me think. This is not good. Oh my gosh, everyone's facing the wrong way. Everyone is not in a good place. Everyone is behind in the darkness. This is bad. Lemmy can only heal when she is attacking. This is not good. Alright, you know what? Let's have... Alright, oh man. Viviana's kinda get... Yeah, this is not good. Alright, this is not great. We can't reach here. You know what? Okay. Let's
Tell me what you got.
let you go one more place so you can get a little bit of healing on. And then we'll have... let me think. Alright, let's do it. We need to be able to hit, so we need to be able to stop, so let's get Flametail here. And as long as Reed can hit something, then she can stay alive. Hopefully! Oh my gosh, there's AoE on this. Alright, this is still bad. Let's... Oh no, you need, like, regular healing. Oh my gosh, where the heck is silence? Please! Ah! Alright, in that case, let's Let's have Blemmy here.
Holds resolute.
This is not- okay, this is not good. Blemmy can't hit anyone, so... No what? Okay, Reed's gonna go down. So we don't really have a choice here. Oh, this is bad. This is so bad. Alright. Amiya, you're in the dark. This is not helpful. Alright, this is not helpful either. Let's have you here, just in case, because this is- I can't! Because Blemmy's facing the wrong way, so I can't! Wishlash, can you look this way? Does that work? That actually does work. I'm shocked. Unfortunately, Blemmy's gonna go down, and I can't do anything about it. And she can't hit anyone, so she can't- I just need a little bit of light. Good enough.
So long as you're here, have some hot soup before you go. I know what it is.
Oh my gosh. This is bad. Okay, well, at least you can take it. No one else can, though. Why are you still in the dark? Can Amiya help? Amiya can help. Amiya can help. Alright, let's see, we have... Alright. Let's get rid of you. And you are right at the end now. Shoot. Shoot, 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 shoot. I'm guessing you're gonna go to the ends here, right? Nearl's almost back up. So... she's gonna be our deciding factor, I suppose. Alright. Unfortunately, we don't have any good layouts. Alright, let's get Gravel out of here. You're definitely gonna go- are you going to the other one? Oh, okay. We lose. We lose, because I didn't know where you were going. I didn't know where you were going. How would you even... Alright. Hi, Viviana. I didn't want to hurt you anyway.
Mission accomplished.
Viviana Droste. That's your name. You are the shame of the family. If other nobles find out about you, you will become their weapon, used to attack your father. You should have been exiled in secret or killed outright. The Spire should have never heard your cries. Yet you were brought here to Kashmir. You were entrusted to a Kashmir campaign knight to raise. Your identity should have stayed hidden, but there is nobody here to hide your identity. It's as though everyone wanted you to live out in the open, unconcealed. How respectable yet sorrowful. Your noble father, your nameless mother, they both love you so. Candle flame and shadows.
What a surprise. You seem to have good inductive reasoning of art's phenomena. When a room is illuminated by only a single candle, the candlelight will naturally draw our attention more so than anything else. Yet it's the shadows of everything around that truly engulf us.
Impressive techniques, Viviana. Not even my light can shine upon you.
Please allow me to apologize.
What?
Out of courtesy, I should call you by your name too, Miss Margaret.
Is this really a knight competition? It looks like neither of the knights are in the rush to slaughter her opponent for a win. On the contrary, you could say the scene is like an elegant aristocratic social gathering. But even so, did you see those arts? The Candle Knight's lightning-quick sword hand! Did it just engulf all that light? Is the Radiant Knight's endless radiance starting to wear thin? Just a small candle flame. That's right! It's just a tiny candlelight! But check out its surroundings! The flame is engulfed by the darkness around! And it's that unlit darkness, not the candle's light, that's drawing our attention! Rather than that tiny glow, you could say the Candle Knight is controlling the shadows underneath the light! Gotta hand it to them! This isn't something you often see in our matches. Not even the finals. Their arts are calm and elegant, but there's no mistake that these arts are of the highest caliber. That's the Radiant Knight, Margaret Nearl, and the Candle Knight, Viviana Droste, we know and love. Maria! Maria! Where is she? She's not at the bar, and she's not at home. No. Why am I... You're that... The Armorless Union. Oh, calm down. As long as you promise you won't make a fuss, we won't do anything to you. After all, if the Nearl family's precious little baby got hurt, the Radiant Knight and Wenar wouldn't just sit around and not do anything. You want to make Margaret forfeit? Something like that. Do you know what happened to Brass Rust? The infected are the talk of the town right now. Could you imagine what would happen if, under these circumstances, the Radiant Knight ends up taking the crown? Your sister just has to be a good girl and let the Candle Knight win. That will save us all the headache. Pretty simple, don't you agree? Margaret isn't going to forfeit! Did you know, Maria Nearl? Kashmir is like a tower. If you stand at its base and look up at the top of the spiraling staircase, you will never, ever see its end. V! Koval! Marcin! Maria might have been... What happened to Maria? I have wondered for a long, long time. What are we suffering for? Compared to the farmers of Ursus's barren soil, the refugees escaping Bolivar's flames of war, and the merchants making their way across Sargon's endless golden sands. Are we not enjoying our lives? No. Ursus has nobles living their high lives, Bolivar has war profiteers swimming in money, and Sargon's golden city must be one of the most prosperous metropolises the world has ever seen. In that case, what is the source of Kashmir's sufferings? As knights, as Kashmirsian knights, how are we to handle these tragedies hidden from view? No. To start, am I really a knight of Kashmir? Should I have stayed in Lithuania, writing poems and songs amid flowers and accordion melodies? Why don't you try your hand at writing a few poems? With how popular you are, I can get in touch with a few publishers. Your fame and talent will... Me? I'm afraid I can't. You're being humble again. No, this isn't humility, McKee. I might have gone numb. I thought I had left Lithuanian and left that spire behind. It wasn't until afterwards that I realized this. The spire is still there. It has always been there. It has always stood above all suffering and tribulation. Margaret, when you set a tall, magnificent spire ablaze, how far away can the masses see the smoke? Flames cannot burn away the contradictions in their hearts. The masses can see the black smoke from far, far away, but it may once have been their homes, the lands on which they survived. In that case,
I truly don't understand. How does a knight like you return to Kashmir, if not for a change of heart? What is your objective?
It's just as you said, Viviana. The times are changing, but that does not mean that what we once considered virtuous and righteous must change. I came back because I must remind the Knights of Kashmir, as well as all those who are here in this country. I'm here to remind them of their long-forgotten glory.
Remind? How will you remind Kashmir of anything, given its current state?
You want an answer from me, but I'm afraid I don't necessarily have that right. This isn't something that can be done through simple conversation.
My, you can read minds with your arts.
I'm only grasping more and more of your honesty by the minute. Also, you asked me what I saw in my years of exile. I've witnessed the greatest tragedy this world has seen. I've seen the infected struggle at death's door. I've seen great cities crumble and fall as catastrophes rain down upon them.
Is that the suffering you've seen? In this world that you pity?
I have excellent companions. No, excellent doesn't adequately describe them anymore. They possess a brilliant shine, a testament to their ideals. It's true, I was once lost, Viviana.
Anyone would be lost if they had taken the crown and been exiled at your age.
But things are different now. At the end of my long journey, I found friends whom I can trust. I realized where my beliefs lie. I'm alone no longer. Margaret lodges her longsword into the ground. Without a sound, the knight's radiance emanates through the arena, with gold seemingly flowing through her eyes. She will be the lighthouse and foundation of everything here. She will stand solemnly in this place till she ceases, perhaps even till the end of times. Even if no one has walked the path she alone illuminates. There is nothing to fear anymore. Report! Platinum! Ma'am! We've already informed the Knights Association. However, the match is still ongoing.
I sure wish the Knights Association would get on with this already. Otherwise, her sister's going to have to suffer. I told you! Margaret isn't going to forfeit! No biggie. I'm sure she won't be in any mood for her next match when she sees your fingers laid out side by side at your family's front door. Look at your eyes. So defiant. You're a weird one. No, both you and your sister are weird. You may come from a famous line of heroes, but do you know how many lackeys the General Chamber has here in the Grand Knight territory? So you have the Radiant Knight and Waynar. The two of them together might put up a little fight, but what can they really do? Can they really take on the thousands of assassins here in the GKT and escape legal liability? I don't remember you being such a talkative gal. Are you nervous? Maybe. I mean, before, all I had to do was draw my bowstring, aim, and let go. Then, my target would die after a quick flash of pain. These orders I've been getting, though. Not only do I have to go after kids now, I also have to arm wrestle with the Radiant Knight. Work sucks. The Armorless Union's really gone to hell lately, hasn't it?
Report!
Did the Radiant Knight give up?
No, it's just... E7 and E9 didn't answer during the regular check-in just now.
Why are you standing there then? Get ready to fight. All units, deploy immediately. Secure vantage points A1 and A2. Do not give the target a chance to escape. Numbers 3 and 4, cover me. We'll deal with the infiltrators. An explosion. They aren't the least bit worried about the hostage, are they? No, that's not right. They're not here to rescue Maria.
Hostiles in the smoke! Watch for attacks!
Loud clicking noises. What's this? A delivery cart?
Well, hello, armorless lackeys!
Ugh, infected knights, huh?
Whoa, huge backflip! Look at that distance! Here, a nimble one! Maria Nearl, what are you doing here?
It's you!
Hey, can you move?
Yes!
I don't know what's going on, but I ain't about to complain if this means the Radiant Knight's gonna owe me a favor. Let's get this out of the way first. It's a serious crime to assault the Armorless Union. Not in the legal sense, but whatever. You can run away if you want, or...
If I don't stop them here, they will keep going after my sister.
Whoa, not a bit of hesitation. I'm starting to like you. Too bad, though. I'm not gonna have it on my conscience to drag anybody into our fight against the Armorless. Besides, I get the feeling Sona's pretty fond of you. You'll have to do this another time. Toland! What?
Huh? Who are you?
Come with me, will you, young Lady Nearl? Oh, and by the by, you and your uncle are nothing alike. Report to the Adeptus Spravedlivi. It's confirmed. The Armorless Union and the Infected Knights skirmish has begun. Maria Nearl's been taken away too. It will do as long as the Radiant Knights match goes uninterrupted. Over. How long has it been since the match started? No one in the arena today has ever seen two knights duel like this. Even arts laymen can tell right away theirs are on another level. This is a battle of lights. There's no doubt this has become the theme of this match. A weak candlelight versus a full-blown radiance. Up till 9 o'clock, we've had 2 million viewers watching this match via the intercity net and other means. For the first time since the 22nd Major, when the Radiant Knight took her title, we've broken the highest concurrent viewer record. There are countless viewers watching Margaret's heroics right this moment. Ah, what a shame! I wish we lived in one of those sci-fi novels where fans from all over the other countries could watch this match live. Ah! The giant rays of light clash again! How blindingly bright! But amidst the rolling waves of light, that's right, Candle Knight remains unscathed! Phew. Brilliant, Viviana. With light and shadows, you weaved an untreadable swath of land.
I am honored that my little candle flame could hold the Radiant Knight down for so long. But you don't seem to be giving it your all. Are you perhaps worried about your family? What are you doing is contradictory, Margaret. You take pride in having such wonderful companions, but the course that you have charted for yourself will cause you to leave your friends behind. Perhaps one day, your sister will meet her fate in one of the Armorless Union's conspiracies, and the General Chamber will stand in your way, wherever you will be.
Viviana, when the knight charged toward the endless waves, did you imagine that he was trying to overcome the entire world?
Ah, so you are familiar with that knight legend.
My sister's a big fan of the book. Centaria's been ambushed by the infected. It was Wildmane. If she can't take care of the likes of Wildmane, then she should hand in her resignation already. That said, what should we do? The KGCC made it clear that they wanted the infected dealt with, and as soon as possible. They're quite a pain in the rear. but we need them to keep stirring up a ruckus for us.
You're our star performer. It's your call.
Oh, was that a compliment? You know, I've always thought that I look kind of like some star out there, ever since I dyed my hair blue. Okay. Stop glaring at me like that. It's very simple. Kill a few of them, and as cruelly as possible, too. Spread the fear. The ones left behind will come to hate Kashmir and the KGCC even more, and things will only get more intense. So? So, let's dump all the troublesome mess on our little platinum. Let's kill some infected. The ones who aren't knights are in the limelight. Just the perfect amount of cruelty, like we're hunting them down.
I see. So the moment your candle goes out is when you actually start casting. Even a brief moment of darkness is enough to swallow my arts whole. In that case, perhaps you can engulf the entire arena's light with each flicker of your candle's flame? Impressive observation. There has never been a knight who saw through my arts during a duel. Is this the result of your years-long exile? Too bad, then. It seems I have yet to truly make contact with you. I used to hate arts more so than anything. The more outstanding my arts are, the more I am reminded of my upbringing. And the more I come to realize the situation I am in. Tell me, Margaret Nearl, the Radiant Knight. Each and every knight who keeps the faith feels particularly curious about you. Tell me your answer of what it means to be a knight.
Both the Radiant Knight and the Candle Knight have stopped. They're cautiously sizing each other up, taking a stroll around the arena. What's the matter? Is this a tea party to the two of them? Are the two knights going to share a dance together after all that careful probing?
Oh, did you hear that? He said we could dance.
Please, then.
Like the gentle morning sun, her beaming radiance begins to extend its reach toward the candlelit darkness. Soon after, the light begins to flood the entire arena. Kavallerielki tonight is as brilliant as any bright, clear day.
The Nearl girl went this way, didn't she? Quick, find her! There's no one here! How can that be? This place is listed in her file! It's Tremorion's Knight's Bar! Check if there's an attic or an exit out back! Misters, I'm afraid we're not open right now. Don't you dare! Don't you kill them, V. Not unless you want it to really hit the fan. Ha! How about you have a guess at how many artillery casters I captured during the war all those years ago to earn my military honors? Son of a... How dare you! Where... The Armorless Union? How about before that? Were you a robber? A bounty hunter? A veteran? Or perhaps a down-and-out knight? Let me tell you, we aren't scared of you. You dare cross the Union even once, the Union will hunt you to the ends of the world. It might happen today, maybe tomorrow. It might happen when you're eating, when you're asleep, or where you're spreading marmalade on your toast. You'll have nowhere to run. Thanks for the advice. To be honest, though, the Armorless ain't nearly as scary as the Vanguards. Ha! I haven't felt as good as this in years! Looks like their buddies are onto this. Sorry, Marcine, but it might be for your shop. Oh, that's too bad. I paid 2 years' worth of rent up front. You! What have you done? You dare resist! Form up! Ready your crossbows! The armorless points his crossbow forward. The bowstring has snapped. More accurately, it is being twisted. What? Take this! Ugh. It's been a while since I used any arts. Guess I've gotten rusty. Since when did the armorless have this many men? The KGCC's got too much money to throw around, huh? Huh. That's why we wiped the floor with all of them. Watch out! The bald guy's Tremoriron and Marcin, and the other two are campaign knights. Keep 2 squads here. Keep them alive. They will be our trump cards against Nearl. The rest of you, find Maria. Hey, this isn't looking good, Vi. You want to try begging for mercy, then? Ready? Fire! What? Who is it this time? You! What have you done to Maria? Radiance. The word radiance is starting to beware on everyone in the arena. The sun-like prismatic colors dye the area behind the radiant knight. Standing opposite to her is a small candlelight that is lit anew. Then, right when the audience is starting to grow tired of finding the 2 knights in the blinding glow, the faint sphere, its rays, its halos, and all its light blink away. Viviana, you are truly impressive. Look, my light has been swallowed whole. I'm honored to have exhausted the Radiant Knight. But it seems you rely on more than just your dazzling arts. With her candle sword held up high, the Candle Knight begins to steadily lower her blade. The candle's flame has extinguished, leaving behind a glistening brilliance on its milk-white cross-section. The candle, now halved, flutters down toward the earth like a feather. You've broken my blade. It seems I have lost. I, the Candle Knight, Viviana Droste, admit defeat. The Candle Knight has conceded! I didn't hear that wrong, did I? The Candle Knight has just accepted defeat! The committee has confirmed her request, so there you have it! After this excruciating, protracted duel, the winner is our young legend, the Radiant Knight! The Radiant Knight, suddenly returned from exile, has defeated her first Grand Knight opponent after an extraordinary match of the highest level! The Candle Knight may have suffered defeat, but there is no doubt she is basking in glory. The 2 knights are shaking hands and trading salutes. Take a good look! This scene is going to be all over the headlines the next couple weeks. What? The Candle Knight lost? That's a couple months' paychecks down the drain. Serves you right for not listening to me. Not that I earned much myself, but, well, this match is probably gonna give me some kind of eye disease down the line. To be a knight is to be the noble light that illuminates the land. Viviana, I won't comment on your background, and that matter that weighs on your mind. However, you are among the strongest knights I have ever met. That is more than enough. In the classic knight tales, the knights always open their hearts to each other by crossing swords. Reality has proven to be less romantic, though I've only just met you today, Margaret. Show me how far you will go. I'm looking forward to seeing. I managed to block that strike, but I still almost lost my grip on my weapon. She's tough. My next shot will pierce through your legs. You won't be able to run anymore. The next shot after that will pierce through your armor.
The final shot will blow right through your chest. You'll struggle in agony for a moment before dying in the dirty, wet street.
Ha! No wonder Sona told me to run as soon as I ran into an armorless elite. You really hit it big for someone your age. Bet the people higher up the ladder there are some serious monsters, eh?
You'd better pray you never find out.
Wildmane, we'll cover you! Get out of here!
I read beeping noises.
Alright, Justice, if that's what you say, today's not the day for us to settle the score with the armorless anyway. See you next time, Platinum!
She's gone. What's her deal with explosives? There's ash everywhere. And I just washed my hair. How am I supposed to explain this?
No need to explain anything. We saw all that.
A fair number of the infected just now are part of the Pinus Sylvestris. They banded the infected together fairly quickly. Since when has the Grand Knight territory had this many infected?
If we have to play the blame game, I guess that's on both the sloppy engineering contractors and the catastrophes. That's why we need Area Zero to do its job. Oh. Little Pegasus, I have a favor to ask you.
Ask away. I just screwed up in front of my bosses. I'm not about to object.
Will you investigate this company for us? They have dealings with the Radiant Knight, and they are in Area Zero right now. We'll take over this whole thing about the infected. And this company has to do with the Radiant Knight anyway. I'd say it falls under your purview.
Rhodes Island. I just need to investigate?
They were even gun-ho enough to get in touch with the General Chamber. Man, it looks like this foreign company is extra greedy. If they prove beneficial to us, then they can do whatever they want. I'll even be okay if they end up solving the Radiant Knight problem with money. But this whole affair is up to the board of directors. Somebody there will come looking for you soon. No need to worry about what we think.
What will you two do then? Since when have you had the right to question the Lazarites' business? I wouldn't dare. Now do your job.
It's the Candle Knight! Please sign this for me! Candle Knight, look this way, please! Ah! You look like you're in a good mood.
Did you know, McKee? I heard that the Radiant Knight's legend as the youngest ever champion ended with her exile. She was infected and then exiled, but it wasn't until I met her 6 years later that I realized this. They are all tall tales. Just now, she was as radiant as the sun at high noon.
Phew, that was a pleasant meeting, Dr. Starlight. I'm sure you've gained the favor of the top brass. Those were all the key members of the General Chamber of Commerce.
I learned quite a few things.
But my guess is, you are seeking more than just a mutual relationship on paper, right? I'm curious. Are there many researchers familiar with the battlefields of commerce in other countries?
Society is changing. It's a necessity.
Your hotel isn't much further. Oh, this is pretty close to where I got my first job. Back then, I was just your average trader. Step back, Doctor! An infected knight, injured from unknown causes, turns to your face with a stupefied look. You can tell that there is not a hint of anger, fear, or sorrow on this man. but you have not had the chance to truly analyze his complex emotions. Right now, he is like a burden beast being flogged. The man strenuously climbs to his feet and runs away. Mr. Spokesman, this is... Who was that just now? An illegal infected. If you would like, we can send you the documents later. I apologize. Even though you are a spokesman, I can't divulge more when there is an outsider in your presence. Please take your friend and evacuate immediately. There's been a confrontation in the neighborhood. My apologies. I hope that didn't dampen your spirits. I didn't expect we would run into trouble like that after the banquet. Can you help the infected? I'm afraid I don't have that power. For your friendship with Rhodes Island. Malkovich looks silently in the direction the infected knight ran away. There's a small alleyway from which he can hear music playing and see waves of heat wafting out of a midnight diner. The knight's blood trail extends into the distance, like gemstones sparkling with humanity.
We have a few runaways. A little like I once was.
That, Kanta, wow. Kanta. Huh. Maybe you guys should talk at some point. Wow. All right. And to be like, hey doctor, ready for some trauma dumping? Oh my gosh. Alright, let's do the voice of Rosebud. Alright. Where are we here? Give your Burb a hug and tell her it'll be okay. Aw. Oh. Alright. Okay. Voice of Rosebud, number 8. Interview with General Chamber spokesman. Nothing can halt the competition. After today's press conference ended, our reporter had an exclusive interview with the General Chamber of Commerce spokesman, Mr. McKee. In response to information suggesting that the Major may end early due to potential security concerns in the Grand Knight territory, the spokesman said that the progress of the Major will never be affected by anyone or anything. McKee responded to similar questions from this newspaper by stating that, for Kashmir, the Triennial Major has become much more than the tournament itself. The General Chamber of Commerce has conducted extensive consultations on a series of problems caused by illegal infected persons, and has prepared the necessary countermeasures. These steps aim to strengthen the security around the area venues, to best ensure the smooth progression of the event. The spokesman was frank that on the issue of the infected, there was no reason for the General Chamber of Commerce not to seize the initiative in taking up this responsibility. The arbitrary insistence of the illegal infected is not conducive to resolving disputes, whereas promoting the construction of a treatment area, as well as seeking cooperation with external medical personnel, is a realistic option of solving long-term issues. Related articles. Knights Association new agenda announced. Pinus Sylvestris KC's disbandment tops list. Panhard's orders new training base completed. The Blood Knight speaks. This year's titled night slots filled. Review process likely to be relaxed next year. Carefully curated for you through your browsing interests. Alright. That was definitely a lot. First off star, no wonder Blemmy hates platinum when we read platinum files. Yeah, I can't blame her at all, honestly. Oh. Am I still fit for another? No, I don't think, not with a long story. We would be going on for a really long stream if we did that. This has already been a 3-hour stream of reading. Oh. Thanks, Star, and bless your stamina. This is why I have sanity boosters. I have to say though that that CG of Viviana is stunning, truly stunning. Also, you know what? Despite our partial clear, I'm taking that as canon, because we didn't really. Yes, there was a defeat, but it was a defeat on her own terms, and I feel like this is a canon clear. Absolutely. And the thing is, like, you know, we never let Nearl get defeated. We just had her retreat. So, yeah. She wasn't defeated. Viviana wasn't defeated. They're amicable. And Viviana left on her own terms. So, I will 100% take it. You should have shown the Candle Knight real fire, and by that I mean the stove that you has on him. I'm not going to try to... Oh my gosh. Just as a heads up, I don't have any of the stuff past ST2 prepped. That's fine. We're not we're not continuing past this anyway. This is a lot. Yeah. We are wrapping up. Delta module and we're done. Alright. I am really loving... I really do feel like I want to do the Light Knights niche at some point, because it's Viviana, it's Nearl, it's Suzerain. It's a good niche that we can build someday. Alright. With that, if you haven't yet joined the Discord, please consider joining our Discord. If you're new here, we would be happy to have you. I hope you've been enjoying the reading. Our next stream is going to be Thursday, when we are going to be really just experimenting, really just having fun and just experimenting and seeing what we can do with, like, silly emotes and expressions. And if you guys have suggestions, let me know in the Discord. Go into Starlight Chat, write a bunch of suggestions, talk about your favorite operators, silly expressions, little moments that you would want to try to have in an emote or a sticker, and we'll see what we can do while we play around. And then we will continue our storyline on Saturday, and I hope to see you there. Alright, have a fantastic rest of your day, evening, or night, wherever you may be in the world or the worlds beyond. Thank you so much, Stargazers. May the light shine bright.